What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Temitope Banks. If you are new here, so this is part 2 of my earlier video I did. I'm going to be talking about early marriage, getting married early in your early 20s, the advantages and disadvantages. So it is more like a reaction video to Chantel Ayahu's video where she talked about her not being married at the age of 30. So I want to talk about it from the perspective of someone who got married in her early 20s. I got married at the age of 22. So yeah, I've done a part 1 of this video about how I married a man that I met on Facebook. So if you haven't checked out that video, please go and check it out. I'm going to put it in the card somewhere. There's been this argument that I've been seeing on various videos on social media, on YouTube, about if you get married early, you have not discovered yourself and all of that. Now, I don't know about other people, but I want to talk about my own story, okay? And I will just advise from my own story, okay? All right. So I got married at the age of 22. I was just called to the Nigerian bar, like I said, and it was just a new life. I was excited, and at the age of 22, I was really very young. I'm not going to say I knew a lot of things, but one of the things I knew as at the time I was going to get married, I already knew the path I wanted for myself. I was already in purpose. I was already writing, I was already communicating, I was already doing all of that stuff. So when I was going to get married to my husband, one of the things that attracted me to him was because we had lots of, we're not very similar, okay, we're very different, but at the same time we have a lot of common values and shared values that we have together, and those were the things that attracted me to him. And I knew in my heart that he was the right person for me to get married to, because I've always been a very driven, ambitious young woman. In fact, let me say a story. I remember somebody calling me, I think I was 20 years old, and was 20 or 21, it was during my youth service, and some of my friends were getting married, and they had a conversation around themselves that Temitope is not going to get married until she's like 40 years old, because no man will want to get married to somebody like her. Because anybody that knows me, I've always been very driven, very ambitious. I've always been a go-getter kind of person. I published my first book when I was 18 or 19 years old. So I've always been on that. I need to achieve this, I need to do this, I need to do that. I need all those, those kind of people. That's who I still am, that person, but more matured down. Anyway, one of the first things, so when I met my husband, I shared the story on that other video that I had a blog where I was writing about social entrepreneurship, social enterprises, and people doing stuff in their communities, and I got attracted to a project that he was working on as at that time. So when we met ourselves, we were already talking on that level. We're talking about things, his own projections, what he wanted to achieve, his vision, and the things that he wanted to do. In fact, one of our first dates, so to speak, was me going to make a presentation on behalf of his organization, a pitching competition for what's their name now? I've forgotten their name. A coalition of Yalda, thank you. Yalda was a pitching competition before investors and all of that, and it was a really great experience. Like, so we had to prepare a pitch deck, we had to do all those kind of things. So I was like, oh, I told him about it. He was like, why don't you present it? I was like, me, why? So, but it was really great, and so those were our dating experiences. Those were the things we were doing while we were dating. So it was a very purposeful relationship. And okay, another one that we did was Echoing Green. Echoing Green is also an international competition for social entrepreneurs. So we're just that was, and he came, I think then you were semi-finalist, and we are forgot. So yeah, he became a semi-finalist and all of that. So those are the things we were doing while we were dating, because I don't know if I'll call it dating, yeah. So those were where it was very, very purposeful from the beginning. So even though I was 20, in my early 20s, I knew exactly the direction that I was going with my life and where I wanted to go. I had met different types of guys. I met guys that had more money and all of that, but I knew I couldn't get married to those people because they did not know, they couldn't cope with my type of person, because I'm even my husband, God have blessed him, because I'm very, very driven. I remember during my NYC years, while my mates were everywhere, like they didn't do anything productive with their NYC. I was in the middle of merger and acquisition between Access Bank and Intercontinental Bank. I was working day and night. Not like I was really doing anything, but my bosses that were doing, I was always available. Even if they don't want to give me work, then talk about be like, please ma, what do you want me to do for you? Please sir, what do you want me to do for you? So they exposed me to a lot of things. So I, as a copper, I was closing 10, 11 in the night, and I would lie if I say I did not enjoy it, because I love high powered, high engagement. I like it, like I just like it, and that's one of the reasons why I decided to get married early. Because when I met my husband, I saw that I just knew that this is the best person for me to get married to, that we can jive at this level and it won't be a problem, so to speak. Because really, well, after I got married, it didn't stop. I was working, and sometimes I'll be coming home at 12 midnight when we have board meetings, because I'm not the kind of person that will say, oh, because I'm married, I'm not, excuse me, my husband, I'm not that kind of person. I will stay there till we are done with the work that we have to do. And my husband was just very supportive. He will wait for me. He will wait for me at the junction of my house. If I'd gotten married to any other kind of person, that person will not take it from me. That's just the truth. Early marriage has not been a disadvantage. It has not stopped me in any way from achieving things that I've always wanted to achieve. And that purpose and what you want to do in life is you. It is your personal responsibility. And whether or not you want to get married early in your 20s or in your 30s, it should be your decision, and you should own it. If you decide, hey, I want to lao, I want to be around town, I want to explore. If that is your decision, my sister, own it with your chest. Do you understand? Own it with your chest. And if you are the person that says, I want to get married, look, there will always be challenges in life. The fact that I got married in my early 20s does not mean that life has been easier for me or harder for me. Do you understand? It's all about perspective. It's all about how, okay, let me say this, don't take away the place of spirituality and in making your decision of getting married, all right, so that you don't fall into the wrong hands. Okay, I had a dream before I met my husband. I think 2 or 3 months before I met my husband, because I was dating somebody else, and in that dream, excuse me, it was this huge palace. It was a big, huge palace, and this person locked me in the back of the palace, inside the back. So I kept begging the person, please open the door, let me come out. And the person said, no, this is where you are going to be. This person I'm talking in real life was a very nice, kind, generous. He had money. At that time, he had a factory. Like, he was really a spec. When I had that dream, I just knew that I can't marry this person. If I marry this person, Temitope is a Ghana. And there'll be a Ghana. This YouTube that I'm doing that. Okay, let me say this. How dare you? If you're at that point in your early 20s and you don't know whether you're making the right decision as to relationship, there are a lot of materials, because the knowledge that we have will determine the outcome and the output of whatever we get into. So read books, watch trusted authorities in relationship. I know that relationship is a very nobody knows it all, right? Sorry about the noise. Nobody knows it all, but there are some people that you can trust and you can use their materials. People like Kingsley Okonkwo, the late Pastor Bimbo Odukoya. I know that they still sell her books, and her videos are still on YouTube. Watch those videos, because it will help you clarify whether or not you are making the right decision, whether or not you are in the right type of relationship, and also build yourself as an individual, build yourself, your self-confidence, your self-worth, your life goals. It's not like you will know everything, but at least be purposeful. You yourself, be a purposeful person, so that, because like I had a lecturer that used to say that God is the perfect matchmaker. You cannot be a person who is not purposeful and be thinking that you will meet somebody that is purposeful. It does not work that way. If you two are a loud person, you will meet somebody that is a loud person. So it does not now make sense that some years down the line you now be saying that this person is not supporting me, or this person is not doing all of that. The person does not owe you anything, okay? I'm sorry if I'm being harsh, but it is what it is. So develop yourself, develop your capacity, develop your experiences, develop your exposure. There is no perfect life. You could get married in your 30s and it does not work. So you even have to know about marriage, what marriage is, get materials, and really understand, because a lot of us have a fantasy as to what marriage is about. Or some people think that marriage is for the person to be making them happy. There are a lot of things that we really don't know about marriage, so it's good that you get information, all right, so that when you are getting married, you are making an informed choice, and it's not just a flimsy on. Do you understand? I don't know how to express all these kind of things. There are people that know how to talk about all these things very well, but I just wanted to talk about the fact that from my own personal experience, and I know there are a lot of young people, young women like me, who marriage has not put me inside cage. And if you are in that place right now where you feel like you are caged, you feel like you are not expressing yourself, there are things you want to express, begin to do it, no matter how little. If you are a Christian, begin to pray to God to soften the heart of your partner. If you're already married and it's not like your partner supports the things that you want to do and all of that, it's not for you to begin to agitate or begin to do protest and all those kind of things. The Bible says that wisdom is profitable to direct, and there's a way you go about all these things, because the person did not know you for this your new side that you are showing, okay? And it's going to take time for this person to get accustomed to this new individual. So you need to ask God for wisdom, and you need to ask God for direction on how you can go about it. Because if you're already married, I want to talk to people who are already married, and you feel, oh, this person is stifling me, is this now the man when support us, now we go support, all those kind of talk would derail you. It would just make you bitter. You will be looking at other people and you'll be feeling bad for yourself and feeling like you made a mistake. You've made your choice, okay? You've made your choice, and it's your choice that you have made, all right? So how you now respond in the situation that you are in will now determine the next stage and the next, what's the word now, the next stage of your life, okay? So use wisdom and get started. No matter how, success brings friends. Success, see, even that man that it looks as if he's antagonizing you, he does not support you, succeed first. When you succeed, you go see say, sorry, let me speak in pidgin, you go see say now you go sit down on top that thing that you think that is not interested, but succeed and be humble, okay? Succeed. You don't need to loud it for everybody to know that you are doing something. Do you understand? You be doing it quietly and succeed. Once you begin to get your success, and prayer too, because I'm not even going to pretend as if there are no people that don't have sense or cannot be threatened, but you use wisdom, all right? You use wisdom to do it, okay? So yeah, so I don't know much, guys, for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up, okay? And subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed to my channel. Join my community of joyful mamas, okay? Join my community of joyful mommies, okay? I will see you guys in my next one.